Hello and welcome to day 160 of 365 days of Facebook Live. And welcome. My name is Jessica Lozano. I am a women's relationship and feminine embodiment mentor for women who want to have extraordinary love lives with the love of their life, a sacred union relationship that changes the trajectory of their lineage and creates change in the collective. So today I have a really good topic that, how do I say this? That most of us women want when we complete a relationship, when we know the relationship is done and we want to move forward. Or sometimes just because maybe you don't want to move on, but the relationship is done. The partner has said, your guy has said, we're done. I don't want to be a part of this relationship anymore. And women we can often seek very much so to get closure. We want to talk. We want to talk it through. We want to feel like, let's talk about what happened. Like, how did this come to here? Or speak some things on your heart that perhaps were never said, that you want him to hear you, want him to validate you, right? You want him to, or you want to give him a piece of your mind or something along this journey of your relationship. And here's what I'm going to say about closures. Closure is a 50-50 game. Some women, some couples can have it and be able to move on. They are able to have a conscious uncoupling. That is still hard. There's still a lot of grief. And there are some couples that are able to create closure. This takes a lot of skill. And some couples are able to do it. I know my cousin was able to have some sort of closure with her ex-husband. And it was a really beautiful experience. And I was actually pretty impressed considering what I knew about this relationship. I was like, wow, you guys actually did that. That's really good. But there are some couples that it's actually not a good idea to do it. It is not a good idea to do it. Why? Because what you are going to receive on the other side of it is the same thing that you've been receiving in the relationship, and it's going to leave you heartbroken, it's going to leave you disappointed, and it's going to leave you back where you were in the relationship. So it's like, why reactivate wounds to keep you stuck in the same frequency of where you were in the relationship? Why? Why do we do that to ourselves? Why? Right? Why do we want to open up these wounds again? Just because I want to talk. I want to get closure. I want to know why. I want to tell you how I felt. Please listen to me. Why do we think it's going to be different? It's not. Most of the time, now I'm not going to say most of the time, I'm going to say 50-50 in most relationships. We want closure because really what we're actually looking for is peace. And what you're actually looking for is peace within yourself about the relationship. It's not about him. We think it's the other person that's going to give us the closure. We think if we say something to them that we're finally going to hear the things we always wanted to hear or needed to hear. But really that is a conversation to have between you and God and your higher self, whatever you believe in. That will give you the best closure, because even if you hear everything you wanted to hear and needed to hear, does it really make a difference? Is it really going to make a difference? I'm not sure. Is it then going to give you hope to get the relationship back? When it comes to the women that I work with, because they are leaving toxic and narcissistic relationships, to ask for closure, to want to talk about closure, usually, unless there's like okay, good, we are connected back. Unless there's a miracle happening. I will say this. The cousin that I'm talking about, she did do microdosing with her ex, and the microdosing I believe helped. I do believe helped in having these conversations that needed to happen and for them to gain understanding of each other and why things left to where they were. So that's a tool that you can use if do your own research on it, see if that's cool. But not all partners are willing to want to do with that. Not all exes are really want to do that. And that's where you have to make peace within yourself. It's not about them. It's the validation that you're seeking within you. You are seeking your own validation. You're seeking your own love. You're seeking to affirm what your experience was for you. It has nothing to do with him. We think that he will make a difference, but it really, like, we're just creating a fantasy possibly for ourselves. If he could never give it to you in the relationship, what makes you think that he's going to give it to you now that the relationship is complete? The relationship is complete for a reason. So what you want to do is have peace with yourself. Create peace with yourself. Work through all the energy that's lingering in your system, which is why I created the Elevated Woman Masterclass. The Elevated Woman Masterclass is a masterclass for the woman who is navigating a breakup. Or she's in a wobbly situation in her relationship and she's not sure where to go. Is it to stay or to go kind of thing? And it's like, I don't know what's happening here. I'm in a really tough situation. So you're looking to gain personal power within, right? To decide what is the next best move in the relationship. What's the next best move in the relationship? Same thing when you're breaking up. It's the same frequencies, right? Because when you're in a breakup and you're navigating a breakup, you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's gonna happen. I know I need to move forward, but I'm also like really want to talk to him. I kind of want to get back with him. So it's the same energy that you're looking to gain personal power within. Personal power within, raising your standards for yourself. Learning to navigate the masculine energy, because behind all of this is a part of our inner child that did not feel heard, and possibly by father or mother, one of the other. And therefore we think that we're seeking to fill that gap from a partner. And this is where we create these shadow match relationships. This is where we continue to stay in these toxic cycles in relationships, because we're looking to fill what our inner child didn't get in a relationship, and we think we're going to find it in somebody else. And that's not the case. What is actually the only way that you're going to move forward is bringing it back to you. You giving yourself what your inner child never got from mother and father. You leading yourself because you never got the leadership from mother or father that you needed. You creating the emotional stability within yourself that you never got from mother and father who never embodied it for yourself. You creating that inner security within yourself that mother and father never saw, that never gave you, or you never saw embodied. You creating safety within your body even though you're feeling very, very, very highly uncomfortable, highly sensational from the breakup or from the really uncomfortable things that are happening in your relationship. I'm looking at my notes. So you want to give yourself the permission to move on. You want to give yourself the permission to move on. It's not going to come from your ex. It's not going to come from him. It's not, if you tried to reach closure and you haven't gotten it, it's not going to. You're going to just reactivate all the things and all the strength that you've already gathered in order to move forward. Right? So when we are in this, you want tools to help you move forward. You need something to alchemize everything that's inside. In Elevated Woman Masterclass, I have 3 tools in order to help you with that. Number one, it's about creating safety within yourself to validate exactly what it is that you're feeling, right? Bringing that validation back to you. I have a beautiful practice for you to do, and I have the playlist that's going to create the right scenario within you. That's the first thing that needs to happen. You're not going to stop seeking validation from your ex, which is one of the reasons why we want closure. You're bringing it back to yourself. Number two, this is a feminine embodiment practice where the storm is, you're wrapped up in the storm, and it's about you dancing with the storm. What do I mean by that? The emotions, the chaos, the sensations, all the things are so present. It's in your head. You're okay. I want to get back with him. No, I don't want to get back with him. I want closure. No, I don't want closure. You're having all of these thoughts in your head, like the emotions, the storm is right here. It's like, oh my God, it's all here. You want to drop it down in your body and move it out, which is alchemization, taking a certain frequency and transforming it into something else, into purification, into clarity, into direction, into peace. That's what you get in the second practice with that. So you do that through your body. As the feminine, you are of the body. As a woman, you are of the body, which means we like to get a little dramatic and you have full permission to get dramatic with your body. And I'm telling you, if you've never done this before, it is going to be one of your new favorite practices. This is a staple practice for mine, and with my clients, it becomes a staple practice for them. Move your body, alchemize the sensations, get the energy out of your head, drop it down to your body. Every single time you do this, you will feel so much better afterwards, and you're releasing it from your body, so you're no longer a match to those frequencies. When you don't move it out of your body, when you're just kind of let the thing go back and forth in your head and you just let it die down whenever it dies down, guess what's stuck in your body? All of these things, which means you're going to create scenarios again that are in the same match for that, where it creates that inner turmoil, right? This is where you're dancing with the storm. You've got to move with the storm that's with you. The third practice that I have is a masculine embodiment practice, which is about your self-leadership, even when there's so much shit around you. I call it the eye of the storm. It's a masculine embodied practice where you are like the mountain in front of the entire chaos around you, like a hurricane. When in a hurricane, there's an eye, which is right in the middle where there's where it looks like nothing's happening. It looks like there's no storm. Yet there's 100-mile-per-hour winds surrounding you. And you are in the middle, and you're like, and I'm good. And I will lead myself. And I will continue to move forward. And I'm going to take one step, and I'm going to do this. Breathe. Okay, what is my next step? I'm going to do the next one. Right foot, left foot, repeat. Right foot, left foot, repeat. Do you get what I'm saying? This is the masculine embodied practice. I have a guided meditation for you in there so you can really connect and see what your next steps are. This is a fabulous practice. All of this, 3 teaching transmissions and 3 practices for $111. You will have this on repeat. For the women who are or for my clients, whenever they're in this thing and when they come to me and I help them work them through, and I'm like, put module 1 on repeat and just listen to it over and over and over and over in your mind. It is like speaking life into you, speaking life into you, speaking life into you so that you stay centered. So you stay centered, going back, boom, boom, right? When I'm in the middle of a transition, there are certain things that I do, and there's certain transmissions that speak life to me that I listen to it over and over and over again so that it's embedded in my body. And you can pray, you can say, God, take these light codes in this transmission that I am receiving and help me integrate this into my body. Thank you. And so it is. That will help you even more, and it's going to give you the light bulbs that you need, but you have to ask for the help and you have to be willing to do it. Closure is not always needed with the partner. Closure is needed within you. With my ex-fiance, let me tell you, girlfriend, we broke up over text, first of all. Second, we we did not see, he was on China and I was in the United States. It was halfway across the globe. He came back. He didn't come home. He went and stayed at a hotel or something like that. Then, which looking back, I think he did all those things. He thought he was punishing me, which actually he was doing me a favor. Out of a moment of weakness, I said to him, can we please see each other? Just this last time, I wanted closure. And thank God he answered, no, it's going to be way too hard for me. I think he probably also did that to punish me too. But maybe it was too hard for him. I don't know. Thank God he didn't do that. Then he gave me a date of when he was going to move all his furniture out. I was like, okay. He did it. I told him to do it. I said I'd be working from so-and-so time. I'll be home around 12:15 or 12:30, which kind of made me uncomfortable, the fact that he was going to be there without me there. But I was like, you know what? I know he's a jerk, but I don't think he's not going to steal my things. Actually, he took 2 vibrators that I never really used. We kind of messed around with them. And then he took them for himself. He's like, I got these for you, and you're not going to play with them with anybody else. I laughed so hard. I'm like, that's so pathetic. Like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't even use them. Which is great, because the first time that me and Ron got intimate, because I had nothing, I never was really into self-pleasuring, masturbation. I couldn't really get into it with my own fingers. And I just wasn't, I didn't know all the things that I know now. Anyways, so I hadn't really touched myself, anything, for like 3 months. So I'm like, the first time with Ron is like orgasm after orgasm after orgasm, because clearly she hasn't been touched. So whenever I would get aroused, I would just try to go to sleep. I would try to like push it away, because I didn't know what to do, because my own fingers I didn't know how to do that. Right? So that bit him in the ass. He did me a favor with that too. And yeah, so, and that was it. He moved all those things out. And I remember that day feeling it actually felt like the time had warped. And now that I'm knowing all of these things, I think I shifted a timeline, because I literally felt really confused. I felt very confused. I'm like, what do I do now? Like, my whole life has revolved around this man. Like, every single decision has revolved around this man, whether he would like it, whether he would not like it. Every single time he was included in my thoughts about any decision. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go take a shower. I took a shower, and it was like I cleansed the old and came out new, and I just like, okay, let's move forward. What am I gonna do? So that was quite interesting. And that was it. The peace that I needed was within myself. Did I grieve the mourning and the death of that relationship? Yes. That was in January. The February, the first Valentine's Day was great. I got pretty drunk with my girlfriends. We were just having so much fun in my house. The next day, because when you're drunk as a depressor, the next day I started to feel empty, and I started to feel like that sadness, which is normal. And I was like, okay, here she is, baby girl. And I just let her feel and move on. That was it. The closure was within me. The closure was within me that I needed to create. I knew I was complete. Now, when you feel that you aren't always really complete, like you needed to move on, and it was just, you didn't know why that was the thing that you needed to do, it means that there's still some alchemizing that needs to get done. That you need to move through your body so that you are clear and cleansed. One of my girlfriends got this program, and she was going through this massive breakup, and she wanted to gain personal power with men, and she did this program, and she was like, this masterclass, she's like, Jessica, this is a girlfriend from high school, we're not really friends right now, like just like acquaintances, but in high school we were really good friends. And she's like, I felt like you were talking to me the entire time. I cannot tell you how great I feel. She's like, I was dancing in the rain. It felt so good. I'm like, yes, I knew you would love that practice, because she was wild. Like, she's a crazy, like, she's like, her personality is just like wild and crazy and like fun and quirky and just like a firecracker, you know? So I knew she would like that practice. And she's like, this gave me everything that I needed. Thank you so much. Boom, girlfriend. If you're needing closure, this is the program that you need for yourself. Elevated Woman Masterclass. I promise you, you are going to feel, if you apply yourself to what I'm teaching you in there, you listen without distractions, you focus on me and the screen, do the practices, you are going to feel so much better. You are going to you're going to claim the closure for yourself. You don't need him for that. You do not need him for that. You need you and your higher self and God, whatever it else. This is something that's personal within you and your own inner child. You do not need him. I'm telling you right now. So that is today's transmission. I'm going to leave the link to the Elevated Women Masterclass up here, and take it, like, let me know once you purchase it. Let me know how it goes, each module of the way. I want to know. And it will be your favorite, one of your favorite masterclasses ever that you always go to whenever you're feeling turmoil, which is what I do. Last time I felt wobbly in my business, I went back to listen to it. I was like, damn, girl, first of all, genius. All these things that I'm saying, like, I was on fire. Second, thank you. Thank you for reminding me of my truth. Thank you for bringing me back here. That's how you're going to feel. All right, loves. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.